Welcome to HaitianJonas.com. I have this wonderful lady next to me. Her name is CoCo Sullivan. And she'll tell you her real name later. And some of you Haitian, y'all already know what CoCo means. And some of you Cokehead already know what CoCo means.
Yep. Yep.
There's a song came out named
CoCo.
CoCo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So welcome to Haitian Jonas.
Thank you.
Young
Thank you
lady.
for having me.
I know a lot of people are listening to you, watching you in San Antonio, Dallas, Boston, Houston, Texas, and you're originally you're native Texas.
From Houston. Oh yeah.
She's a
Always
Texan.
713.
So 832.
832 281.
Yes, 281.
Represented it all.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Can you, before we start, let the people know a little bit about you?
Okay. Well, I'm CoCo Sullivan, as he mentioned, native of Houston, Texas. I'm currently a college student at University of Texas at San Antonio, so music education major. So as you can see, the passion of music is just what I love to do. So I plan to take that as far as possible, whether it's teaching music or just being an artist. So been doing music for as long as I can remember, grew up around it, exposed to it 24/7, so it's just second nature.
And you started writing when you were younger, right?
Right. I've been singing since I was a child. I have pictures and videos of me 3 and 4 years old singing with the TV remote. So I've been singing for a while, but I didn't start writing my own original pieces until 7th grade.
Did you start from church?
Church. Oh yeah.
Yeah, everybody started from church.
I think every R&B soul artist can relate to starting in church. Also, I used to see my granny sing. She sung a lot, and still to this day, but she sings more gospel. But still, the root of it, I definitely think my granny played a huge part as far as me getting into more singing.
Sing.
Yeah.
Well, I know you came out with a song called "CoCo Secret."
Just secrets, yeah.
Secret.
Secrets.
And your name is the CoCo.
Right.
And Secret. What's so secretive about your music, about this song?
Well, Secrets, basically, it started off as a poem. I started off the song, it was called Secrets, and I started off as poetry. And then I was like, I kept it hidden for so long. I didn't want anyone to read it. I kept it to myself. It was basically me pouring out all my feelings of my past experiences that have helped me grow as a person that not many people know about. So I was like, my 18th birthday was coming up, and I was like, I really want to just make this into a song and move past it, because I didn't know how to, I didn't really want to just be like, oh, let me tell my mom or let me tell my dad, so I was like, I want to make it to where I can express it in my own way.
Right.
And so
You made it public.
Right. So I made it public because I didn't want it to be like, oh, let me tell you my sad story. The purpose of it was for people to be able to relate, maybe not even relate, but just understand that everyone has a story. And with that story, you never know who you will impact in a positive light. So it was basically just to say, hey, I've had my past experiences, whether good or bad, but point of the matter is, here I am today, and here I am trying to do something positive and moving forward. And most people think they have a story and they just stay in that space. They stay in that spot and they don't progress. They don't move forward. They hold on to it. And me, it was just a matter of letting go, forgiving, letting God, and move forward. But of course, that's my intention. I had nothing but good intentions when making the song. But of course, the people who may have heard it, such as my family members, they took it a bit hard because it was touching on some personal things, like being sexually abused as a child, coming out about my sexual orientation. So, it was a bit touchy. Touchy.
You're bisexual.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And so, it basically touched on the first girl I dated. That's what I disclosed in the song. And it was just saying how from that point on is where I felt more comfortable with knowing this is me, and I'm going to accept me and stop battling myself with, you know, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this person? You know what I mean? So it was a very personal song to me. And
was it a burden for you, like in terms of coming out?
It was
to the
hard.
public?
It was hard because most people knew, especially if they seen me. I can say most of my classmates knew. It was mainly my family who kind of was questioning it. Probably they may have seen some behavior that may have reflected it, or just signs, maybe, as they said. You know, people say. But it wasn't me. It didn't come personally from me yet. And so the song was just basically to kind of paint just a small, vivid picture of, you know, what I was feeling. And then, of course, there's that one-on-one interaction where I actually sit and say, hey. But, you know, that was my form of expression. It wasn't meant to diss anyone because some family members felt dissed. Yeah. Some felt like, oh, why couldn't you tell me this in person? And it's just like, this was for me, you know. At the end of the day, it's me who was affected. It's me whose personal experience it was. And it's me who's moving forward from it. Yeah. So I feel like the song was a stepping stone for me. Yeah. And it put me definitely in a better...
The stepping stone, yeah. And in terms of, it's like a... what we're gonna do, like we talk about your music, let's play your music so people can understand what you were trying to say.
Right.
And we'll come back and ask more questions.
Okay.
Lies a person in disguise, shaping me into some person that I can't define. Who is she? The person that is taking over my mind. My eyes can see, but I'm blind. Can't tell the foolish from the wise, or the truth from the lies. On this journey with no direction, a soldier going to war against myself with no protection. Feeling alone and neglected, my heart's longing for affection. Took a look in the mirror, didn't even recognize my reflection. At 5 years old, I drowned in my tears as he undressed me. Told me, don't make a sound, it'll be alright, as he caressed me. This had to stress me, my life had forever changed and couldn't be rearranged. Gave me feelings I couldn't explain. Happiness turned into pain, scars that needed to heal, secrets that needed to be revealed. So I think it's about time that I let you all see. This is beyond the secrets of me, of me. I know I might not be living right, but I'm just trying to be better. I thank God for all he's done for me. This is beyond the secrets of me. It's time for me to move on. I'm just living my life, not trying to please those who are judging me. This is beyond the secrets of me. Secrets of me. When I met her, October, we were together. The girl with the dragon tattoo, I knew I'd never forget her. So I stopped being modest and fell in love with the goddess. Some people saw this as oddness and said I forgot who God is. Forgot who God is. I know that He's forgiven and is the only one who can judge the way that I'm living. Had a talk with the Reverend about the direction I was heading, and he said, living like that you won't never make it to heaven. 24/7, my mom and granny always yell and tell me, don't forget, if you do that you go into hell. Is this what happens? You turn your nose up at me, become my rival, point out my sins like you live by every word of that Bible, acting like you're so perfect and don't have sins of your own, not even living right yourself, but quick to tell me I'm wrong. Hear me clear, because this how it's gon' be. This is beyond the secrets of me, of me. I know I might not be living right, but I'm just trying to be better. I thank God for all he's done for me. This is beyond the secrets of me. It's time for me to move on. I'm just living my life, not trying to please those who are judging me. This is beyond the secrets of me. Secrets of me. Beyond the sky, oh, I'll go when I die. Sleepless but I must keep trying. I'm living, but I'm not living. I mean, I'm breathing, but I'm not feeling. My heart is beating, but it needs mending. I mean, I'm real, but I'm still pretending. Time to put an ending to this roller coaster ride. I've been running all of my life, and there's nowhere else I can hide. Putting my fears to the side. What I gotta be afraid of? I'm doing me. What I gotta be ashamed of? As an entirety, we can't accept variety. That's why I'm like, fuck living up to the standards of society. Some may say that I changed, but I'm just finally being myself. Don't have time for all the games, I would rather be by myself. Not asking for the attention or the glory, just asking that you don't judge when you don't even know my story. So take me as I am, or move around and let me be. This is beyond the secrets of me, of me. I know I might not be living right, but I'm just trying to be better. I thank God for all He's done for me. This is beyond the secrets of me. It's time for me to move on. I'm just living my life, not trying to please those who are judging me. This is beyond the secrets of me, secrets of me.
Back, and then I'll get you guys. I guess you guys understand where she was coming from as an artist, her frustration, her relief, and all her. She wanted to. Her desire was like, this is who I am. I can't change it.
That process of, okay, how am I gonna bring this to my family's attention? Because really, it's not just mom and dad; it's everyone, because you have to come around the family, and you know.
And no one threw you in the trash can like we watched the Empires more.
No, I was not thrown in the trash can. I mean, my family was very upset. No one really took it lightly. I think they tried to be understanding, but just after hearing, I think it was just a little all at once for them. But, you know, for me, it's like, I'm okay. I'm fine. But it's old news to me, and it's new to them. So I can understand where the, you know, hurt and pain maybe or emotion came within them. So, you know, I try to be understanding of that. Without being like, hey, just calm down, you know, because I understand, you know, they're still trying to absorb of what they just heard. But as far as Christianity, you know, I grew up in a family that has strong faith. You know, my granny grew up in church, strong in church. So is my mom and my aunts, everyone, you know, they all grew up in church. So I guess to hear that come from me, it was heartbreaking for them as, you know, our faith that doesn't agree with our faith, that doesn't agree with what we go to church for every Sunday. You know, so it was very difficult for them to take, and I think even to this day they're still trying to accept that, and I guarantee no one has fully accepted it, and they're still trying to push through it, and even encouraging me to change my lifestyle, which is fine. It's expected. I'm not going to force what I like on anyone, because everyone has their different opinions. Everyone feels a certain way. That's fine.
Right. Everybody has their own faith.
Right, and that's fine. You know, I believe in God. I grew up in church, and it will be that way. You will not see me, you know, believing in any other God. No offense. getting looked down upon, or it's not the easiest thing to do.
In the Bible, and also incest.
Yeah.
Remember back in the days, incest was in
Right.
the Bible. Cain,
Right.
and Abel and his
Right.
sister, and Seth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff to take these days because the real music came out just to help young kids who's going through. There were some kids who were about to kill themselves.
Yeah.
But by listening to your music, might save them.
Yeah.
And how did you like Empire when Jamar came out?
Yeah.
His father.
Shout out to the creator of Empire. Empire was phenomenal. Loved it. And now I don't know what to do with my Wednesday nights. But
I know, the finale.
yeah, the finale definitely had me on edge.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, it definitely had me on edge. But as far as the whole scene of Jamal, it was definitely powerful. And it was emotional in a sense for me just to see something so tragic. Because I'm sure as a kid that's traumatic. Your own father who you may look up to or think it's gonna love you through whatever, to throw you in a trash can, like wow. I can only imagine the scar left on him.
Do you know how many parents are treating their children like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And especially in my culture,
Oh yeah.
whoa, they
Yeah.
don't play.
Yeah.
Island culture, they don't play with that.
Yeah.
If you're bisexual, gay,
Right.
I mean, they cut you up from the family, period.
Exactly. And see, I'm lucky that my mom, I'll just say my mom, has not disowned me, thank God.
Yeah.
But there are people who don't
I'm
even.
at your house, you still live.
Right. Thank God for that. But there are some people who don't even communicate with their families. Their families completely cut them off. Like you're that way. No, we're done. So, I am thankful to still have my family with me and walking by me through this. But yeah, I definitely don't have it as bad maybe as some. At least not with like something as tragic as being in a trash can. I still get the noise from it, and then hey, blah blah blah. It's still upsetting. But, I know there's kids out there who I'm sure is getting really abused because of it, or just getting backlash from it. So it's definitely not something to be taken lightly, because it's traumatic. I think it's very traumatic, just to have that feel of no one being there, no one accepting you, or even not love. You may even not feel loved at the moment because you're being so just no, and just look down upon. So definitely Secrets for me, in writing it wasn't only a stress reliever and expression for me, but like I said, to impact someone who may be going through something similar to me, if not worse, and needs that empowerment, needs that inspiration. So I definitely hope it's been a year, almost a year now since it's been out. In June it'll be a year. So I think even for it just being out for as long as it's been pretty successful, and I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on the song, from people who have different cultures and different beliefs. So it's nice to see that I didn't get too much negative feedback. Yeah. People were a bit understanding.
They coming.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's gonna come. Trust me.
So I know
it's gonna come.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
We're gonna keep it short. I know that Beyonce is your idol.
Yes.
Do you have other idols?
She's definitely my performing idol. Lauryn Hill is, love her. My influence.
I love you too.
If you're out there, I love you, Lauren.
I want you to come back to Fuji's.
Yes. Oh my God, if Fuji's got back together, I would.
I'm gonna call you, please.
I would like actually another album too. So even another solo album from Lauren, because I'm still bumping the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Still bumping that album just like it just came out. Actually, I don't know if you heard it. They're putting it in the Library of Congress.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Lauren on that also. But yeah, as an artist,
She went to those jail tax. All
I know. Yeah, poor thing. She's been going through some things, but besides that, her artistry, love it. Absolutely love it. And I fell in love with her watching Sister Act 2 growing up. That was one of my favorite movies. And when I saw her, I was like, yes, loved her. And to this day, a lot of my music, I have, for the singing side, even the rapping side, she influences me a lot. Even Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah, a lot of female MCs who impact me. And Beyonce, her performance, her work ethic, it influences me a lot.
She's a go-getter.
Yeah, and that's what makes me want to work harder, just seeing her work ethic and how she's blossomed so much from Destiny's Child.
One thing that I see Clef Beyonce. The reason why I see Wyclef, Beyonce, Wyclef love to steal shows. Beyonce like to steal the show.
Yeah.
Like it's because that's what art is supposed to be.
Exactly.
You know, and it's a pleasure. I know you're gonna come and ask me a few questions.
Oh yeah.
And I know a lot of people are watching this video. It's not gonna be boring for y'all. And thank you for watching. And then we come back. And I want to give a shout out to these people, Vicky Guy, thank you, HMI Buzz, who's gonna put this portion of this video in their website also. And I want to say thank you for watching Haitian Jonas, and stay tuned. Miss CoCo Sullivan has some questions. Right now, she's gonna ask me the questions, and because she was very inspired by the way I approach her, and I asked her, since you're an artist, would you like to have an interview? And that was very, nice for you to accept me to do that, coming from from Boston to Houston.
Oh yeah.
It's your mic.
All right.